As a lifestyle enthusiast with a particular fascination for the intricacies of the British monarchy, I've always been intrigued by the financial aspects of their lives. While they may be known for their grandeur, it's fascinating to see how their income sources are not so different from our own. Although the members of the royal family dedicate their lives to serving the public, it doesn't mean they don't receive income. The primary way the monarch earns their income is through a yearly payment known as the sovereign grant, funded by taxpayers. For the period of 2022-2023, this grant amounted to about 86.3 million British pounds, which is roughly equivalent to $113 million, according to BBC reports. Interestingly, the same amount was granted in the previous year, 2021 and 2022. How is this substantial payment determined? Essentially, it's based on the profits made by the Crown Estate, a commercial entity responsible for managing the vast holdings of land and property belonging to the British monarchy. As a dedicated follower, I'd like to clarify that the funds from the sovereign grant don't end up in King Charles III's pocket. The majority of these resources are now allocated towards maintaining royal residences and covering staff expenses. It's important to note that the royal family attends over 2,500 events annually, which are funded by this grant. Moreover, the planned expenditures such as the comprehensive 10-year refurbishment project for Buckingham Palace, estimated at approximately £369 million, are also covered by the grant. This restoration work is expected to be completed in 2027, as reported by the National Audit Office. The monarch also has a separate income source known as the Privy Purse, which is used for their personal expenses. This income comes from the Duchy of Lancaster, Lancaster collection of lands, properties, and assets that have been passed down through generations of monarchs. The current value of these holdings is estimated to be around £654 million, generating approximately £20 million, or about 26,182,000 USD in annual profits, as reported by the BBC. Charles and Prince William, much like Charles, in his role as the current Duke of Cornwall, receive their own individual allotments from the Duchy of Cornwall. This allows them to independently utilize the profits stemming from their respective duchies. It's worth noting that they do not personally own any earnings from the sale of estate properties. Instead, those funds must be reinvested. It's said that Charles, the Prince of Wales, utilizes the income from the Duchy of Lancaster to cover expenses for other senior royals. According to the BBC, this implies that when Queen Elizabeth II passes away, his plans to streamline the monarchy might result in savings for taxpayers and reduce his own financial obligations. Keep reading to see more about the salaries of the royal family members. King Charles and Queen Camilla. According to Us Weekly, it's stated that Charles, being the King of England, is believed to have a net worth of approximately $750 million and earns around $25 million annually. The Prince and the Princess of Wales' interests in their roles as the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, William and his spouse Catherine, commonly known as Kate Middleton, derive income from the Duchy of Cornwall property holdings. According to Us Magazine, William earned approximately $30.4 million last year. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Duke of Sussex, and his spouse Meghan Markle, mostly got their income from Queen Elizabeth through the Duchy of Lancaster. However, after leaving the royal family in 2020, they sought to become financially self-reliant and no longer receive support from the royal household. The Michael City says, I was living in that field and wrong, and that in the Full Rock says that it was reported by us that Charles's sister joined the royal payroll in 1971 and has since earned approximately $21.1 million.
given her busy schedule of more than $500 billion in annual royal engagements. Many consider this a worthwhile investment for the monarchy, although it's not a great problem. And in 1980, in after that writ,
The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Prince Edward, the youngest child of Elizabeth, and the late Prince Philip, made 7,363 royal appearances between 2002 and 2022, while wife Sophie made 4,463. It's estimated that Edward has earned £6.5 million, or $8,509,150, since 1982 for his royal work, The Guardian reported. Prince Andrew. Prior to his resignation from official duties in 2019, it was calculated that he earned approximately 250,000 British pounds annually, which is equivalent to 327,275 according to the BBC. Yet, losing his responsibilities meant that he would no longer receive his royal income. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.